I might jump an open drawbridge or Tarzan from a vine, 'cause I'm the unknown stuntman that makes Eastwood look so fine. That is part of the theme song for this television show, The Fall Guy, which was aired on ABC between 1981 and 1986. For some reason, I didn't watch this show as a kid because it was going up against sitcoms and comedies like Charles in Charge, WKRP in Cincinnati, and later on Magnum PI, which I enjoyed. So unfortunately, I didn't catch this show as a ever really, but I just watched the trailer and I recommend you look up the intro because it looked like it was a pretty entertaining show. This is from the introduction. Apparently, the storyline, well, it's Lee Majors, Douglas Barr, and Heather Thomas, and they're Hollywood stunt performers, but they moonlight as bounty hunters at night, catching criminals. So it's a Glenn A. Larson production, the same guy that made like Battlestar Galactica and a whole bunch of other TV shows of that era. But anyhow, sounds like it would have been a fun show, and just based on these images, I'm sure there's a lot of cool action scenes. So, anyways, let's get this out of the package here. Through my learnings, it seems like they made a lot of different stunt trucks for this show. But they did actually make one that was a 1982 K-2500. Later on, they decided to just make purpose-built stunt trucks where they would move the mechanicals to the middle so it would survive jumping and crashing more often because they kept destroying so many real trucks. So I'm not sure if these images are, this 82 truck or some different one. So I'm not going to be too critical comparing to these photographs. All right. So the CK series from Chevrolet and GMC, a pretty long series between 1960 to 2002. C meant it was two-wheel drive, K meant it was four-wheel drive. And there are 4 generations produced over the years, and supposedly if this is a 1982, it would have fallen into the 3rd generation, where it has these stacked headlights, well, a headlight and a sprinkler light, at least on this one. Let's see about this photo here. Alright, so, yeah, I mean, it's close enough, I guess, right? As I say, I don't know what trucks are in these photographs. I just looked up the Fall Guy truck, and there's a whole bunch of them. But let's get into the model then. Alright, so first thing I noticed are the giant tires, and I think that would be pretty accurate to the TV show trucks. This thing rolls pretty cool. Alright. The wheels, yeah, they look like they would be stamped steel wheels. Looks alright. This side printing seems okay. If I can focus on this badge here, I'm trying to get in on Sierra Grande. I think that was a trim level. Yeah, for a 1981 rounded line. So, but maybe it was also for 1982. Okay. So that was printed pretty legibly, pretty nice. I'm noticing there's some silver around the fenders, looks nice, and then you got the gold stripe going down, and then it seems like there might be red around it. Yeah, there's a little tiny bit of red going above between the brown and the gold. Then you got this black stripe surrounded by silvers, so that's a pretty complex stripe if you think about it. There's like 4 different colors going on, and at least on this side of the model, Greenlight did a good job. It looks like there's also orange for like a reflector there, and then some of the taillight is shown here in the back. This bed seems okay. I've seen some other people's videos where the bed is jacked up, like the gap isn't consistent, but luckily this one looks alright. Black trim on the window looks pretty good. Door handle and lock stick out, so that looks good. Or maybe that's like one of those push buttons for the door handle. But anyways, it sticks out and it looks good. Oh, this must be the lock. There's a bump here with some silver. So very good. Alright. Let's go around to the front. So it's got the ghostly white headlights, but luckily it's kind of hidden behind this chrome plastic brush guard here, so it's not as bad as usual. There's some white here, which actually isn't on those movie shots, or I'm sorry, the TV show shots, so this could be a whole different truck indeed. But there's a blue license plate. What does it say? Fall Guy, maybe, I would assume. Yeah, it says Fall Guy. It would be a California plate, being from Hollywood. Hollywood stuntman. Alright, so there's a winch. That word eluded me for a second. There's a winch, and yeah, that's not on the TV show shots either, so this is definitely a different truck they modeled. Super off-road headlight covers. Okay, so this is a pretty cool brush guard. I mean, it's got printing on it. The middle is black. There's a little silver on the hook here, and then the sides are chromed plastic, so there's a lot of work going on in there. So, pretty cool. Alright, let's go around to the top here. So, Fall Guy Stuntman Association. I didn't know. Association. But anyways, you know, I gotta say, this might be now the best panel gap I've seen from Greenlight. It's really not bad at all. It's still not consistent. I mean, you can clearly tell this is like black and that's not. But I guess it could have been worse. I've definitely seen worse. The question is, does the engine justify? Okay, so maybe this hood isn't supposed to open, but it sure doesn't feel like it wants to open to me. But maybe that's why the panel gap looks good. It can't open. I can't open the thing. It's too tight. I think it's supposed to open because there's a little bit of play, but it just won't. So that's too bad. Alright, so yeah, that's another case of if it doesn't open, just make it look nice instead and don't have it open. Oh well. At least this is printed really nice. Very colorful, no splotchiness, no run off or anything. Some cool ribbing here, looks good. This brown is pretty nice. I mean, it's a metallic brown, so hopefully it won't get paint rash in the future. This little roll bar with the lights on it looks very good as well. You know, the bars themselves aren't super thick plastic. They look relatively in scale. And then the lights themselves have additional printing. Try to see what the middle one says. Super off-road again. Alright. Yeah, a little black is missing from this one, but oh well, it's okay. Let's see about this side. The side that you can't see from the packaging. Well, unfortunately there's some contaminant or something like that. Yeah, that's underneath this gold. Some sort of contaminant there. A chunk missing there. Something wrong there and there. Alright, well that's not so great, but it's not a super expensive model, so I gotta let it slide. Unfortunately this tire as well isn't so great either, but hopefully I can flip it around. Alright, let's go to the back here. Well, in the bed, not much to talk about, but pretty nice ribbing detail there for the bed line. Well, I mean it's not a liner, it's just stamped ridges. Okay, so graphics here, they're not bad. They're not the cleanest, some sort of black stuff there, but you got a tiny black line within this silver line, so it's really cool. The GMC is super crisp. The taillights maybe not the best. It's almost like they printed it twice there, but could have been worse, I guess. License plate's nicely printed. Separate chrome bumper with actually the diamond plate pattern, so that's pretty nice. Alright, so that's cool. You know, so they could have easily had this molded into the casting and just painted it silver. But I like the separate ones because they can have this chrome finish, you know, so it looks far more realistic. Alright, so yeah, pretty decent amount of detail on the bottom. And this is a first for me. I've never seen one with 3 press rivets. I don't recall any of my diecasts with 3 press rivets. But anyways, I'm sure this base will helps keep it from falling apart. Oh, I think it had to be done because I think this is a separate piece from that piece. So maybe there's a tongue and groove holding these together, and then this is what's really trapping the front half of that. Oh, you know, the front half down, at least in the back section. Alright, so the treads look nice, but ooh, boy, what the... Yeesh. I don't know. That's definitely a QC problem. I mean, it's in a blister pack, so this must have come out of the mold this way. That's really weird. That's one of the worst tires I've seen in this hobby. It's too bad. Luckily, I can just, you know, display it down, and I'll never see it again. Okay, well, yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's one of the better Greenlights as far as the ones with the panel gaps, because it doesn't open. The gaps are pretty tight. So, pretty cool. Yeah, I really wish I kind of watched the Fall Guy now. I don't know if I can find videos of it online for free or not, but it might be worth a look. Looks like it would have been fun just destroying a pickup truck every few episodes. So let's go with this start here. Alright, I gotta say I like how Greenlight does all these TV and movie cars. It helps bring back some nostalgia. In this case, nostalgia that I never even knew about. I remember seeing like the intro for this show, but for some reason I gravitated towards those 30-minute comedy shows instead. I was a little bit young, I think, to take on a serious drama. Okay guys, well thanks for watching again, and we'll see you around. Bye.